Now what? We're back. And my guest host is not here yet, or hoping he's going to make it. His phone is apparently almost dead, and he's stuck in Winnipeg Beach. So you might be wondering, who's this lovely lady sitting beside me? Well, she is our guest tonight, and I'll be introducing her to you in just a moment. So I will first say, Barry, if you can hear me, get your butt on here. You're supposed to be on here. That is why you're hired. You're supposed to be replacing John, and John's over there, stuck in his room with a belly full of stitches. How you feeling, John? He says lovely. So anyways, this is Nancy McNaughton, and she has her own little non-profit organization. Is it located in Steinbach or Le Brokery? In Steinbach, right? All right, let me find our little banner here. It's called Opening Doors to Success. And it's a nonprofit organization that helps people find work, right?
Yes. In a nutshell, helps people find work. We do a lot more than that, but yeah.
Well, so we'll get into that. When looking at your website, which is on the screen there, openingdoorstosuccessinc.ca, I saw a word that didn't make sense to me. Dreality. And then when I asked you about it, it's a word that you coined, taking your dreams and making them reality.
Exactly.
Did I get that right?
Yes, it's a new word. It's going to be in the dictionary soon.
Yeah. Right next to dope. Did you know that's actually in the dictionary now?
It is.
Yes.
See, there you go. So will Dreality.
Yeah. It's a bunch of Homer Simpsonisms made it into the dictionary.
Wow.
It's like Barry just sent me a message. I'm trying to get on. Sorry. It's okay. You'll get here. So tell me. Okay. So let's go to opening doors to success. Let's start. How did you get the idea?
With Opening Doors to Success?
Yeah.
Well, I was helping people find work, people with different disabilities, different challenges, many, many, many years ago. And I found that what was happening was people with disabilities were getting a lot of support, which is a wonderful thing. And a lot of organizations, that's what they're about. But what I found was missing was that people with disabilities, it was assumed that they could not do certain things. And the scope of the people that were coming to see us was getting bigger and bigger, mental health challenges. And so many people, I really saw that they had potential. But they were looking to me to go to an interview with them. They were looking to me as their coach to do things for them. So I created an organization that would empower people, that would teach them to do it for themselves and really to discover the potential they already had within.
And that's important. Like it's like the old saying, give a man a fish, you can feed him for a day. You teach him to fish, and he may drown.
And that's the foundation of opening doors to success.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's always better to teach somebody how to do something so that they can move forward. In fact, you've got some success stories that now work for you.
Yes. It wasn't planned that I would... people would come through my program, my 12-week program, and end up working for me. It just happened that way. As people were empowered and jobs came up, they were so qualified and they were confident. And it just turns out that I have four people working for me. And 3 of them took the program. And the 4th one became one of our staff and took the program as she was learning her role.
Oh, that's cool. Mm-hmm. So it was kind of on the job learning.
On the job learning, exactly.
That's kind of cool too. Mm-hmm. That's a different approach, I guess. Mm-hmm. So how long have you been in business now?
Opening Doors to Success is in our 9th year of funding. 9th year. I've been doing this work for 9 and 5 and another 5. That many.
That's 19.
Yeah.
So, but Opening Doors to Success is now 9 years old.
Now 9 years old.
That is fantastic.
Yes.
And for those people who need the service that are in, I guess, is it only for people in Steinbach,
No,
or
not
do you get
necessarily.
people from Winnipeg as well?
We
And
have had the odd person from Winnipeg because we're doing Zoom classes right now. But southeastern Manitoba, it's a broad scope that we serve. Yeah.
okay, so of course you have teaching facilities,
Yes,
right?
we have workshop room. We have offices for because we also do one-to-one coaching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now with COVID, a
Hmm.
lot of things had to shut down. There was no one-on-one. There was no classroom. There was no, we had to do remote learning, and things along that lines. How did that affect your business? How did you adapt?
Well, the thing was, we had a contract to fulfill. We had so many people that we promised would get jobs. So many people would go back to work. So we had to find a way. We just had to think outside the box. So that was when I said, well, team, we're going on Zoom because we couldn't do in-person workshops
Yeah,
anymore. So a couple of my staff were pretty nervous because they had never done Zoom before, but we learned.
it's
We
amazing
learned.
how quickly you learn. Necessity is the mother of invention, and sometimes the mother
Yeah.
of learning how to do something you've
Well,
never known how to do
exactly. I mean, we
before.
could have gone, one of two ways. We could have said we can't do this anymore because it's impossible, or we
Yeah.
can let's find a way.
What's the success rate that you have for people finding jobs? Out of every, let's say, 10 people.
The success rate is actually 50%. That is success. The government, when I first looked for the funding, and I made out my proposal, and I said, well, we're going to have 100 clients come and see us through the year, and 70 are going to get jobs. And my funder said, Nancy, that's a little high. You do 50%, you'll be doing good.
Oh,
So
okay, really?
yeah. So we do about 60% on average in the year where COVID was 3 months of our project. We That was our best year yet.
Really?
It was our best year yet. And the year after, that where we had the full year of COVID, we just rocked it. We just rocked it.
So what kind of jobs are these people going to get? Like, but I mean, you're not talking doctors and lawyers
No, but
and
a
things
lot
like
of our
that.
clients though are full functioning because a lot of them it's mental health issues.
Yeah.
So they have degrees, they have a
Oh,
really
really?
good education. Yeah, the clients that we serve, 70% of them are dealing with anxiety and depression, but they're very bright. And we do a lot of work with thought patterns. What are we saying to ourselves? And
Okay.
so your question was what kind of jobs?
Yeah, like what kind of employment are these people finding? I mean,
We help them through really exploring their gifts, their talents, their passions, their dreams, and we encourage them to go in that direction. And then they're getting jobs because when we do what we love,
yes, we
and then
never work a day in our lives.
exactly, and then when we're sitting in the interview, we're excited about getting the job. So our chance of getting hired is right because it's all about attitude.
Yeah.
When an employer hires us, it's all about attitude. We can learn the skills.
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely. There's nothing you can't learn.
exactly.
Um, if you put your mind to it. But it's also I mean, there's also natural talent for some jobs. I mean, customer service can't be taught.
No.
Is I'm sure you've seen it, where you're talking to somebody there, you all you're looking for is some customer service, and you might as well be talking to the mop.
Oh, exactly.
And yet there's
Yeah.
other people, you don't even know what you want, but they can just read you. They say, look, you're wanting, I have one of these, and it's not working right. And so these people just seem to, bing, they know exactly what you're looking for, exactly what, and here's a great example. Oh, hang on. Here's a great example. I thought that was Barry saying, he's still trying to get on. Um, my ex-wife and I, we were looking for a phone for the house, and we got to Best Buy, I want to say 15 minutes before they closed. And we had kind of dumbed it down to two different phones. And then I saw a set of speakers for outside, and I wanted to mount them in. So while she was looking at the phones, I kind of went off and started looking at the speakers, my own little thing. This one guy, he stayed after work with us for an extra 25 minutes and had somebody stay at. He was one of the managers of the department. Had somebody stay at the till for that time so that I could get my speakers.
Wow.
And actually, they weren't those speakers; they were these speakers. You can see them around. Those ones up there.
Hmm.
That one, those ones there. I got those, and she found the phones that she wanted. Stupid high tech phones that I don't even think we used 1/3 of their abilities. But these guys, it was customer. This guy knew that we were both looking for something different, and he guided us to that and let us take our time. No rush, no muss.
Yeah.
Do it. And
Well, and it's like you said, because his passion is there, right? He really wants to do that.
yeah,
And some people don't. Yeah.
and I'm thinking there was commission.
Okay, there you go. There's that drive again, right? But
Okay, let's see what Barry says. Barry says he's got signal but no internet. Poor guy. He's had nothing but trouble. He has a
goodness.
show that he does. Barry Kay has an online radio show called Live with Barry Kay. Him and his wife Kimmy, they do the show together. Right now they're in Winnipeg Beach, and last night the internet kept going down, so his computer kept shutting down
Oh.
every time he lost signal. He's like, "Oh, come on!" So, yeah. So if somebody knows somebody that is in this loop of self
Mhm. Low self-esteem,
low self-esteem,
low self-worth,
self-destructive behavior when it comes to career or
Yeah.
whatever. How do they get involved with something like your program?
Well, they reach out to us and have meet with us, meet with our manager, and so we can get to know you and see if our program can help. We do different things. We do one-on-one as well,
Mhm.
not just workshops. We really like to. We really do hope that you do the workshops because that's where you're really going to learn about yourself. But some people don't need that much,
Yeah.
right? They're just ready. You know what you want. You just need help with your resume, maybe some interview coaching, like we do role play.
Yep.
So we can really give you an edge.
I want to be the
Yeah.
mailman. It's not that kind of role play, I take it. Okay, so is there a cost?
It's all government funded.
So somebody having a problem finding work needs a little bit of a kick in the right direction, a little bit of help smoothing out his interview skills.
Yeah, that's what we're there for.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Anything else you'd like to say to the wonderful folks out there that are going to be seeing this over the next 7,000 years?
Just that, getting a job is about really connecting with what you want. Don't just get a job. Really look at what drives you. Yes, sometimes, we just take a job. But if you get it, I'm going to say this too. If you get a job that you don't love, just love what you do. Be grateful for it and see the good things in that job. And that is how you're going to promote yourself. That's how you're going to get up there. And
Yeah.
you're going to you start there. You're appreciative, you give your all, and you're going to get promoted and you're going to get there. But we all got to start somewhere.
And in the end, remember that it's always easier to find a job when you've got a job. So even if you find
Exactly.
something that is not exactly what you're looking for, but it'll do for now, there's always something else around the corner that you can get your hands on.
And I always say, work for McDonald's, and any employer will hire you.
Yep. Yeah, that's a funny thing.
You learn so much at McDonald's. Yeah.
So let's see. Okay, so thank you very much.
Oh, you're
that was really
welcome.
wonderful.
Thank you, Mark.
I also want to bring up the Mott's Clamato Best Caesar competition. Your voting closes this week. I believe it's on the 5th. So get in there. We actually have some very good friends of ours that are friends of mine and John's that are in the competition. They're down to the final 10. And August 30th, they're actually doing the award. So here's the video that I created for them. Check it out.
Silver Heights Restaurant, family owned in Winnipeg since 1957. We just got over our third shutdown, leaving us $1 million in lost revenue, $100,000 in debt. $25,000 from Mott's Canada will help this restaurant stay alive and open.
The Star, the 3M Caesar, the mighty Memphis Mott's. We first wet the stein with a Memphis sauce made with a Heights barbecue, liquid smoke, and a bit of bourbon. Then we make our rim. celery salt, dill pickle, garlic and parm, barbecue rum, Cajun, lemon pepper, addicting to the last lick. Mix it, dip it, and load it with ice. Then we add the vodka. The best vodka. Of course, a little bit more barbecue sauce. And then the one and only, the star, Mott's Clamato. We've been serving Mott's Clamato since 1969, since it's introduced in Winnipeg. Add a little bit more of our signature sauce, some hot sauce, some Worcester. Little known fact, we've sold over 306,000 Caesars. Now, our barbecue, fall off the bone, prime rib bones, right off the charbroiler. Then our barbecue ribs, flash fried, tossed in Memphis seasoning, and, of course, citrus for the garnish. And there you have it, the mighty Memphis Mott Caesar. Thank you.
Now, I can tell you from firsthand, wow. It is so good. It's a meal. That rib is like that, not that thick. And the other rib, it's smaller, but it's still good. And I'm just foaming at the mouth here. So, yes, you can do your vote. Go to mottsclamato.ca, Best Caesar, or just go to the mottsclamato.ca website, and there's a link at the top. And vote for whoever you want. I want you to vote for Silver Heights. There's 2 Winnipeg bars in it, and the rest are across the country. Them and King's Head Pub. But vote for Silver Heights. Yeah. All right, so it is time for the weather. If I can find my screen here. Hang on.
Smart Sound.
All right, here's the weather. So what we've got here is we've got Monday, tomorrow, August 2nd. Hey, yeah, it's a long weekend, so enjoy yourself. If you're not working, enjoy yourself. Go out to the beach or something. It's going to still be smoky because of the fires. Hopefully the wind will start blowing it away. We're going to have winds of about 20 kilometers an hour going from, hang on, where is it here? Of course. Northwest winds. Oh, that's not going to help us at all. Remember, when it says northwest winds, that means that's where it's coming from. Whenever they tell you it's a northwesterly wind, northeasterly wind, southeasterly wind, whatever, that's where it's coming from, not where it's going to. And of course, the fires are up north, and that doesn't help us at all. So yes, and then so it's 31 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be hot and smoky. Don't do what you need to. Somebody's phoning me. Oh, I know who that is. I'll answer it later. Anyways, it's going to be hard on the lungs, so be careful out there. Also, Tuesday, it's going to be sunny, 30 degrees. Hopefully that smoke will be gone, but I'll be back at work, 33 degrees. Wednesday, 28, cloudy all day. At night, there's going to be a 16% or a 30% chance of rain. On Thursday and Friday and Saturday, it's going to be, again, one of those wonderful things where it's kind of cloudy-ish, sunny-ish, highs of 26 on Thursday, Friday, and 29 on Saturday. Yes, that is the weather. Okay, now, you guys know I'm a TikTok fanatic. And so today we're gonna do a little bit of dad jokes. I thought these were great, but first we're gonna start off with things that make Canada great.
These are 5 things that make perfect sense in Canada, but might not make sense in other places. First, we got poutine, or as people from not Quebec call it, poutine. Now, you might think that this sloppy mess of fries, cheese curds, and gravy just looks like cardiac arrest in a bowl. And you'd be right about that, but it's the best damn tasting heart attack you've ever had, and the healthcare's free, so who gives a shit? Next, we got polar bear shaped license plates. I'm not gonna lie, I just put these on the list to show that our license plates are cooler than yours. Third is not liking Toronto. Just about every Canadian from outside of Toronto hates Toronto. But people from Toronto usually forget that the rest of Canada even exists, so I don't think they're too mad about us not liking them. Number 4 is being scared of gooses. Every Canadian knows that these military-grade seagulls are the devil incarnate. They have teeth on their tongue, and they'll World War II kamikaze dive bomb you just for looking at them wrong. Fuck gooses. And lastly, we have bagged milk. Look, I got one right here. It's a real thing. But realistically, there's less waste, and you can throw them at the aforementioned gooses like a protein water balloon in self-defense, so milk in a bag is great. Let me know if I should do a part 2 of this, and check out my merch shop. I got a bunch of Canadian merch in there, and like 2 American things.
The Canadian Cobra Death Chicken. Yes, the gooses. Yes, he does not. For a Canadian, he should learn how to say geese. All right, let's get into dad jokes. Some of these are terrible. Some of them are great, but they make me laugh. I'm going to start off with the lamer one.
What happens when you touch Dwayne Johnson's butt? You hit rock bottom.
This is my stepladder. I never knew my real ladder.
I went to the ear doctor the other day. He said I'm going deaf. It was really hard to hear.
This is your captain speaking, and this is your captain shouting!
6:30 is the best time on a clock. Hands down. We will absolutely be making more of these. Don't you guys worry.
This is your captain talking. This is your captain shouting. That's, I think, my favorite one out of that group. All right, here's the next one.
Tell me your worst dad or mom jokes.
My friend David lost his ID. Now he's just Dav. I'm not gonna do this. His jokes are gonna be terrible. He's gonna make me laugh just by his facial expression.
There's nothing right about these jokes.
Why don't they play poker in the jungle? Too many cheetahs.
Yep.
My uncle has 2 Dobermans, named Rolex and Timex. Watchdogs. You know what the pirate paid for his earrings?
I do not.
Buccaneer.
Ow.
I ate 4 cans of alphabet soup yesterday. Then I probably had the biggest bowel movement ever.
The inventor of the throat lozenge passed away. There was no cough in it. What's orange and sounds like a parrot? Carrot.
My favorite one
I
now.
refused to believe my road worker father was stealing from his job. But when I got home, all the signs were there.
Okay, the next one's my favorite
My
one.
wife told me to be more in touch with my feminine side. So I crashed the car. And then ignored her all day for no reason.
Oh, I'm gonna see if I can find more of those. I'm gonna see if I can find more of those rap battles with that English talk show host. But since Barry never made it, I hoped he would be here, but he's got no signal out where he lives in but fuck nowhere. And so, excuse my language. But yeah. So we're gonna say goodnight. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Again, you can find her website at openingdoorstosuccess.inc.ca. Oh no, inc.ca. And if you know somebody who's struggling, a little bit of, stop signs coming from up here.
We're just stuck.
Or just stuck.
Just stuck, yeah.
Tell them to reach out.
Yeah.
they'll go through the interview process with them, and maybe they can get in on the bottom level and work their way up.
You never know.
Upward and onward. All right. Again, thank you very much for joining us. Join us here next week when you'll hear John say probably nothing because he's in his bedroom. Yeah, Barry never made it.